Hey guys, how we doing? Absolutely no idea if I'm actually going to put this video out. I'm sitting in the park with my dog, just chilling out, enjoying the sun. You might hear him in the background. We'll see how the video goes. I might post this, I might not. If you're watching this, I've also did. I hope you enjoy it. Okay, now we're going to be having a quick chat about basically the last week or so, the last kind of 5 days, different things we've noticed in the marketplace, issues that have occurred, whatever, right? Now, obviously the headline of the last, since Friday, obviously, is the IPO we had out. It's a lot of people's first experience with the IPO, how it works, when players are released, how frantic it can be when there's a hot property coming onto the market. And there was then obviously the technical glitches and the problems with money and whatever, which kind of slowed everything down, and then obviously they've postponed the second half of the release until Friday coming. So with ourselves, I did tell you it was going to be the last episode of the People's Portfolio for a couple of weeks. I'm going to be liquidating all the money in this account, withdrawing it and doing some good stuff. The family, kids, missus, all that kind of good stuff, And, if we look at the total, obviously we're missing like 50 quid or something, right, from the IPO, but the account itself, guys, and this is like really worst case scenario, this is me picking essentially random players I've been told to buy by you guys, the Football Index community, and it's just me going on information that you guys have fed me and we've researched into, and we've decided on good picks and maybe some bad picks, who knows. But if you look at I can't remember the exact date that we started the People's Portfolio, but if you look at the numbers here, we've got net deposits basically £400, £407 net deposits. The portfolio now, we are missing some money from the parrots. We had some parrot and we sold them. We're missing about 50 quid from that. So that brings the portfolio value up to £460. We also have about £42 of bonus money from the summer promotion and the referral system. So we're currently sitting now at like £10 a profit after basically I quick sold everything. I did the dirty on everyone. I'm terribly sorry, guys, but I just done it. I was like, I'm just going to wipe this slate clean. I'm going to be withdrawing the money in a couple of weeks, and I'll just play about where I'll put some money in the IPO, and I kept the AKE thing for the rolling 100. So there's very low profit sitting on the balance sheet right this second, but we're holding a lot of great prospects at the moment. Obviously AKE's went backwards, relatively big in the scale of things. Of that money, £78 of it is only money we've invested, so it gives us leeway to ride it and sit on it and see what happens. We picked up some Berahino because he might be going to League 1, and if he goes to League 1, I think he's worth more than 30p. And I bought one McGinn just to see what he's up to, and I bought some Harry Wilson. I think he's doing great in pre-season, and with all the African nations stuff, there's a chance he could play the Premier League, and if he does, he's got the ability to make a name for himself and really make a go. He's also not going to get a place in the team, but he's got a position to make a go of trying to get a place in the team at least. But yeah, so the IPO, we basically just had money sitting in the account ready to rumble, and we just jumped on everyone as soon as we could. I just did max buy on every person that came in. We got Pookie for 107. I think we sold him for like 116, 115. Parrot, I think we got Parrot. We made about 10% on him, and I think we sold him at 141, so that'd be 14 pence. So we must have got him at about 126, 127 or something from memory. I'll show you here. So, sugar, wrong screen. Transaction history. So we sold 71 parrot for £52. We sold him at 141, which is basically 100 quid. And we sold our Pookie there, and then we've picked up that's pretty much the last. After that, the market ground to a halt. Money wasn't coming back. I'm still owed I think 2 pence a share on Pookie, however many of him I had. So we owed a little bit of money off the index, and I'm quite happy with the IPO overall. I know a lot of people will all see it as a negative, but if you got on Suarez or Kubo cheap enough, they're brilliant holds to have from IPO. Brazilian winger going to Arsenal in the Premier League, young and up and coming, could really make a name for himself. And Kubo, what's Dan's doing now? The Bale thing's a bit untasteful, I think, overall, because the guy's he is a legend. He's a Real Madrid legend on paper, but he is very much trying to, I think, have a Galacticos, but a Galacticos of like 21-year-olds, if that makes sense. Guys like Vinicius and Rodrigo. I know he's not been responsible for a lot of these transfers, but Kubo and these types of guys are, great positions to have. Renan Lodi, I spoke about a little bit in my video previously. I think he's going to be out and out left back for Atletico Madrid. Champions League, going to be top 3 in La Liga for guarantee almost. At 81 pence at IPO, he's not too bad. And I got him as soon as I could possibly get him. Some deal out there I'll have him for like 70 odd pence, I think. So fair play to you, good position to hold. And yeah, it's pretty much where we're sitting now. The interesting thing about the market, in amongst all this, is the market's growing a decent amount, considering there's been a major technical glitch. People's money's been withheld in a roundabout way. There's still been significant growth over, certainly today, and I'd say really since yesterday as well. Because the footy was in a wee backwards step about a week ago or so. It was kind of hovering around 104. So to go up in a matter of a week by 2,000 points, a lot of people will be spoiled by market growth because you've seen massive rises on a daily basis, like 1,000 or whatever. But these things normally take a little bit longer to happen. The growth has been fairly consistent and fairly spectacular, to be honest. But it's not very often something like 168 points a day. It's quite often 98 up, 50 down. When you're in the actual nitty gritty of the season, not when you're around the end of the month and different things like that. So the growth has been pretty good. Now, what you need to think about with that growth, right, is anyone who was involved in the IPO, if they're anything like me, will have somewhere to the region of 50 to 40% of any given amount of transactions in limbo. They don't have access to it, it's not able to do anything for them. And it's kind of in a position, it's cost me money. If I had the extra £50 from the Parrot sale, there's a 100% chance I was buying somebody else in the IPO, Kubo, Lodi or Suarez, So that's cost me money. There's no two ways about that. Probably you're same with yourself and everyone else, and that's why there's a bit of a unrest in the community that I've seen. I've not been active too much online the last week, guys, it must be said. But when all that money gets reintroduced, one of two things will happen. Some people will either withdraw it and just go, do you know what, I'm withdrawing a little bit of money after that glitch. Maybe some people have lost a smidgen of trust in the company, which I can understand. But what a lot of people are probably going to do is be putting their money back on the table with players that are going to be kicking off the season in a strong position, or whatever strategy they're following, really. But there will be another influx of money kind of off schedule into the market, because let's be honest, when that tweet goes out from Football Index customer service, all monies have been refunded, check your account. Everyone instantly is going to be logging on and buying somebody that they've been watching this whole time, who's been moving, doing whatever, and they're thinking, oh fuck, if I had that money I'd be buying them. We've seen it with Kevin De Bruyne yesterday. Some players just when somebody switches on, when a trader switches on and goes, that's who I'm buying, some people have the power to do that, and nothing's happened. He's not any more valuable today than he was 2 days ago, but somebody's decided to put a lot of money on the table for him and his prices went up, and he's in a slightly less attractive position to just be buying on now for how long you're going to need to wait for any return in terms of IPDs or anything like that. But that's just it. That's the game you play. It's timing. Time is the time bomb. When to buy, when to sell. Sometimes it rests on the decision of one person sitting on their laptop in their house after work. And that's the one thing you need to legislate for and accept sometimes, that you will miss a boat. It's not the end of the world. You might sell early. It's not the end of the world. But so expect that to happen in the coming days and weeks. But even with me just buying random players and just messing about really with this every week for really entertainment purposes, we're at a good position now where as soon as Ake picks up and as soon as a few of these other boys do anything decent, it's 10% profit on the table. I think it's inevitable with this portfolio, on top of where we're at now in terms of net withdrawals that we'll be making, which isn't a bad place to be for just messing about, learning the ropes with Index, taking tips, watching what works, what doesn't work. And we've been through a summer period as well, which is very lopsided towards media, in terms of any major movements. A lot of other players have been just kind of hovering because there's been no real world event to move them price, really, So you'll start to notice that changing. There'll be a big switch coming up, and with this new money that'll be coming back on the table, these are the sort of players I anticipate will become backed a bit more within the next, let's say today's Tuesday, let's say by Saturday, you'll probably notice a good more money flowing in that direction. Okay, guys, so thanks for catching this video. Comments below, guys. I really want to hear from you as well. Anything we've touched on in the video, agree, disagree, difference of opinion, whatever. If you're new around here and you like the video, please subscribe. It means a lot to me. Otherwise, guys, follow me on Twitter, whatever. Like, share, retweet, all that good stuff, and I'll catch you on the next video, guys. Take care. Ta-da.